Hello there, I am Erra. I will discuss about the impact of COVID-19 to the tourism industry in Malaysia. Okay, let's start. The coronavirus pandemic have changed our life completely, especially in tourism. Tourism sector is the one of the industry that have bad impacts due to this pandemic. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, WTTC, mentioned that the travel services are temporarily closed in order to avoid close contact among peoples, aiming to break the COVID-19 change. This situation is bad enough because a lot of industry workers are losing their jobs and have no money. Besides that, the hotel also severely affected by this pandemic since the entry ban enforced by the Malaysian government. So, any tourism activity cannot be done during the movement control order. Unfortunately, foreign tourists that spend their holiday in Malaysia also trapped during MCO. They also run out of money because MCO takes months. So, they have to asking for the sympathy of the public by being a beggar and sleeps on the floor only. Okay, next question is question 2. The tourism policy or planning strategies that Malaysia should do in order to prepare for a similar situation to COVID-19 in future. In my opinion, Malaysia government should be enforce the travel and tourism policy of Malaysia. The travel policy must be strict to the international tourists that come from high-risk countries such as United States and Italy. Besides that, every single tourist that want to come and visiting Malaysia should be negative result for COVID-19 swab test. It is compulsory. I mean, all of the tourists should be declared healthy and not bring any virus when doing some tourism activities in our country. Besides that, the Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture, known as MOTAC, should be organize an awareness campaign on how to travel safely. This campaign will include SOP or Standard Operating Procedure that have been decided by Malaysia Ministry of Health, MOH. Travelers also should practicing the new norm when traveling, such as social distancing, washing hands frequently, or wearing hand sanitizer and face masks.
Marketing strategies, and also a huge part of our marketing goes to domestic market. I think for many previous years we depend quite a bit on the domestic market, and this is the time for us to push the domestic market, encourage our locals to travel.
Met by Bernama TV on Wednesday, he said apart from...
The third question is my personal experience of the students during the MCO. Before MCO, when the government announced to have MCO, I was so scared in the campus. So, when UUM announced that the management decided to have online classes due to COVID-19 pandemic and the government has reinforced the MCO starting 18 March, my family has picked me up and we go back to our home in Perak. The online classes was hard initially for students and lecturers, but Alhamdulillah, after 1.5 months, we managed to adapt the online learning system. So, we good now.
Here are 15 ways that Malaysia did the impossible. Number 15, donations and volunteer organizations. So many people volunteered and so many organizations helped out. For example, Emirates provided healthcare workers with food, AC units, and raised over 3 million ringgit for medical supplies. Number 14, top doctor. Dr. Noor Hussam Abdullah has been ranked one of the top doctors in the entire world at fighting the coronavirus. And not only does he present accurate facts, he's able to do it in a way that gathers support and also keeps people calm as he does it. Number 13, the movement control order and the enhanced movement control order. These things are not easy to pull off, and it took so many people in different organizations to work together to have them work. Number 12, indirect volunteers. There are so many people that helped out and volunteered and did so many different things like food delivery. Number 11, building temporary hospitals. Malaysia was able to build temporary hospitals very efficiently and quickly. For example, the largest agro park in Asia was able to be built into a hospital in 3 days. Number 10, the Tubelay cluster. The Tubelay cluster complied with any order from MOH, and they never complained even though they had to wait long hours in the heat. Number 9, banks. Banks lent to the borrowers for 6 months. Number 8, universities. Universities allowed students to stay for free and provided them food as well. Number 7, stipends. Nearly 4 million homes received up to 1,600 ringgit. Number 6, ignoring politics. Opposition leaders came together and forgot about politics for the good of Malaysia. Now that is really cool. Number 5, protecting the most vulnerable. Malaysia did a great job in protecting those that were most vulnerable, homeless and foreign workers. They were put in public halls and provided a tent. Number 4, Malaysians returning home. Malaysians returning home from overseas were provided a free hotel, free food, and COVID-19 testing during their 2-week quarantine. Number 3, respect for frontline workers. I've never seen so much respect and love for frontline workers. It was so beautiful to see all the support Malaysians gave to the frontline workers. Number 2, fixing the PPE shortage for frontline workers. At the beginning of the crisis, there wasn't enough PPE for all the frontline workers, and so Malaysians took it onto themselves. For example, a fashion designer realized she had a skill set that could be very valuable, and so she took the initiative to organize an entire team to make PPE. Prisoners made PPE, college students made PPE, even a Malaysian born with no arms didn't let that stop her from making PPE. And number 1, most important, is teamwork. It didn't matter if you're a celebrity or an average person. It didn't matter your social status. It didn't matter your gender, your religion, your ethnicity. All Malaysians came together for the better of Malaysia. And that's how Malaysia was able to do the impossible, to go from a country that had 3 times more cases than any other country in Southeast Asia to now being one of the safest countries in the entire world.
As a conclusion, every single person in the world, especially in Malaysia, are important in order to break COVID-19 chains. As a representative of tourism industry in Malaysia, please do support our tourism industry by travelling, but do follow the SOP and guidelines that have been provided by Ministry of Health. In this opportunity, I would like to thank all of the frontliners that risking their life to treat thousands of COVID-19 patients without complaining. Thank you too for all Malaysians who keep supporting our government in order to break COVID-19 chain. Keep practicing the good hygiene and stay safe everyone. See you in the future.